girl stood alone at the entrance of the grocery store, the biting cold wind causing her to shiver uncontrollably. Just then, a well-mannered man approached and offered to give her a ride home. The man's name was Chris, and he drove her back to the apartment building where she rented a place. As the girl, Jamie, was about to get out of the car, she suddenly mentioned some issues she was having with her roommate. Chris seized the moment and suggested they go to a bar to unwind, planning to return later. Cautious, Jamie politely declined his invitation. However, when she reached her apartment door, loud arguments and shouts erupted from inside, clearly indicating her roommate was in a fit of rage. Chris witnessed this and immediately renewed his invitation. Considering he seemed gentry and harmless, Jamie eventually agreed and got back into his deluxe sedan. The car sped through the streets, heading towards an upscale villa area in the hills. To Jamie's surprise, Chris turned out to be a low-profile billionaire living alone in a lavish mansion spanning over 10,000 square feet. The wine collection in his home was priceless, with a single bottle of vintage worth millions. Once seated, Chris poured her a glass of red wine. Jamie took off her damp coat, revealing her slender figure. Complaining about the high indoor temperature, she accepted an ice cream from Chris and began to eat. They sat by the fireplace, chatting about everything under the sun, and before they knew it, dawn was breaking. This encounter left Chris deeply smitten with Jamie. The next day, he went out of his way to pick her up from the bar where she worked. Their interactions were intimate, like a couple in the throes of a passionate romance. However, in the parking lot, they faced an unexpected situation. A thief was attempting to break into a car window. Chris stepped forward to warn him to leave or face arrest. Suddenly, Jamie erupted in fierce words, grabbing a bottle and smashing it at the thief. Enraged, the thief charged at them with a weapon. Chris shielded Jamie, but took a heavy blow to the knee, collapsing on the spot. After treatment at the hospital, Chris's leg was encased in a thick cast. Back at his home, Jamie repeatedly apologized, but Chris comforted her, telling her not to blame herself. He even joked, "If you really feel bad, just come visit me more often." Jamie readily agreed, promising to take care of him during his recovery. Chris, basking in happiness, gladly accepted. Jamie quickly quit her job and started packing her belongings to move out of her motel. Her roommate tried to dissuade her, but Jamie was resolute. Her priority was to be by Chris's side. In desperation, the roommate produced a notebook detailing Jamie's troubled past, hoping she would change her mind. Jamie knelt down to calm her roommate, giving him a warm embrace. But soon enough, she returned to Chris's place, continuing to care for him with utmost tenderness. They were inseparable, and their bond grew stronger by the day. One day, the landlord came to collect rent, knocking with no response. Using a spare key, he opened the bathroom door and was stunned by the sight before him. The roommate lay in the bathtub, lifeless. What exactly happened? The truth remains to be uncovered. Sorry, for some reason the movie can only be introduced here. Want to see the follow-up can be searched for the name of the movie, Shattered.